Hello, I am Mary Gans, the very proud principal of Falmouth High School. Welcome to our 2020-2021 virtual Fall 2 Sports Awards Night. We are here tonight to honor our student athletes, our coaches, and everyone else who helped make this a fun and successful athletic season. I extend a very special thank you to our parents, guardians, family members, and booster clubs. Without your time and support, we simply would not have the programs that we have. And a very special thank you as well to each of you FHS Clippers. You not only work hard at being the best athlete you can be, but you work just as hard in the classroom as well. Everyone knows student athletes work hard to excel, and this year we had 152 Fall 2 student athletes, 48 made the high honor roll, 35 made the honor roll. That is an impressive 55%. You truly exemplify, all of you, what it means to be a Clipper. And this year in particular, more than ever before, you worked hard to follow all of the new COVID-19 rules in your individual sports. You kept everyone safe and still had fun. I am so proud of all that you accomplished and how you persevered and prevailed under the most strenuous of circumstances. Congratulations to each and every one of you Clippers for a wonderful Fall 2 season. I will now turn the evening over to Athletic Director Kathleen Burke, who will take a few minutes to recognize some of the outstanding performances from this season.
Welcome to the awards presentations for the Fall 2 sports season. The Fall 2 season was held from the end of February through the end of April to give an opportunity for more of our athletes to compete this year. Over 150 students participated in football, volleyball, track, unified basketball, and cheerleading during this Fall 2 season. So in a shortened season of COVID protocols, postponements, rescheduling, the Clippers prevailed and finished a most successful season at both the team and individual levels. We will now take a few minutes to recognize some of the outstanding performances of this past Fall 2 season. First, we'd like to recognize the members of the cheerleading team coached by Gretchen Lennox and Elisa Battles. They practiced all season and cheered at our home football games and unified basketball games. Two members of the squad were selected for Coaches Awards. First, sophomore Summer Mueller. Summer has a passion for cheerleading and is always thinking of what's best for the team. She was a great team captain and a pleasure to coach. A second member of the squad selected for a Coaches Award was Madison Sylvester. Madison is also a sophomore. She is a well-rounded cheerleader with skill in all aspects of the sport. A great team leader and captain, which makes coaching easy. And next, we'd like to recognize the members of the unified basketball team, coached by Mr. Steve Femino and Mr. Connor Markham. We had 15 athletes participate in the unified basketball program this year. They had two exciting and competitive games against Plymouth North and Plymouth South. The Coaches Awards for Unified Basketball go to senior Benjamin Barney. Ben was one of the fastest and hardest workers on the team. He could always be counted on for scoring and defense. He was a true all-around player. The Sportsmanship Award for Unified Basketball will go to Mia Cavosa. Mia is a junior, and she was the first student to reach out to ask to be part of the unified basketball program. Since she normally is playing soccer during the unified basketball season, she was able to participate this year. Her personality and enthusiasm were infectious amongst all her teammates. Also, another change due to our COVID year, the winter track program competed during the Fall 2 season this year. We had over 20 athletes participate in the winter/Fall 2 season. They were coached by Mr. Matt Eaton, Ms. Caitlin Dugray, and Mr. John Long. The Cape and Islands Sportsmanship Award this year goes to, for the boys' side, sophomore Keegan Heffernan. Keegan ran middle distance, did the long jump, and the relays. He is one of the hardest workers on the team. He's a supportive teammate willing to participate in multiple events in order to help the team. Also a recipient of the Cape and Islands Sportsmanship Award was junior Deirdre DiNicola. Deirdre's positive attitude and work ethic make her a great teammate. She is willing to do anything to help the team. She competes in the sprints and high jump, always positive and supportive of her teammates. The Coaches Award for the Fall 2 track team will be awarded to junior Milo Van Moy. Milo is a natural leader. His effort and positive attitude are respected by coaches and his teammates. Milo's maturity and discipline allowed the coaches to place trust in him to carry out workouts and help encourage other athletes. Also selected for a Coaches Award is junior Colleen Caswell. Colleen is one of the best sprinters in the league. She is a hard worker that models what effort looks like. One characteristic that makes her a standout is how much fun she has, even during the hardest workouts, often bringing upbeat music to the workouts and stretching. Football also participated in the Fall 2 season with a total of 62 athletes participating, 29 on varsity and 33 on the JV squad. They finished with a record of 3-2. And they were coached by head coach Joe Morenzi in his first season as head coach, assisted by Mike Andrews, Tim Medeiros, Paul Osborne, Mike Slavinsky, and Mike Hyland. They also had a couple of volunteer coaches, Caleb Brown, Devin Fry, Jonathan Trump, and Aaron Abigani. The Cape and Island did select all-stars for the football and volleyball programs during this Fall 2 season. The first all-star selected from the football team this year was junior John Vincent. John was a dominating offensive lineman for our team this year. Whenever a big play was needed, he was being run behind him. Well, we were running behind him. John built off his experience as a sophomore playing varsity and developed into one of the league's best linemen as a junior. John looks to continue his strong performance in the fall football season as a senior. Joining John as a Cape and Islands All-Star selection is senior Sam Cavosa. Sam was a senior captain for the Clippers whose work ethic was second to none. He was the go-to back for the Clippers, and when a big play was needed, the ball was in his hands. He played multiple positions, both offensively and on defense. Sam was the unanimous selection in our league and was considered for the league's MVP award. Another senior selected for All-Star honors by the league was Douglas Rose. Dougie overcame a very tough injury that slowed his high school career during his sophomore year when he tore his ACL. He worked extremely hard to come back from this injury in order to become a leader this season as the starting quarterback. He led the team in rushing yards, and his strong arm allowed for the team to open the passing game up this season. Selected as an honorable mention for the football team this year was junior Nolan Murphy. Nolan was a two-way starter at center and linebacker. As a center, he helped anchor a strong offensive line and used his strength and speed to win one-on-one battles. Nolan has a motor that never stops and really came off the field. He looks to continue to be a force for the Clippers as a senior in the fall. Members of the football team selected for the Cape and Islands Sportsmanship Awards this year. First award goes to senior Gerald Mahoney. Gerald, as a senior, was well known in the league as a hard-working player and put his team above self. A talented receiver, he played a meaningful role with the Clippers and constantly put forth quality effort. Gerald has made a positive impact on our soccer, basketball, and football teams this year. Selected for the Sportsmanship Award from the JV squad. That award goes to freshman Peter Forbes. Peter came out for the JV team this year and immediately showed his love for the sport. He helped anchor the team as one of the captains against Nauset. He always maintained a positive attitude at practices and games. Peter is a great addition to the Falmouth football program. Okay, and the Coaches Awards from this year's football team. First, from the varsity team, goes to sophomore Cooper Young. Cooper played a big role on both offense and defense. He was a valuable part of the program moving forward. Also selected for a Coaches Award this year was sophomore Brady Garcia. Brady's physical strength allowed him to dominate the defensive line and became a lock at the guard position. He'll continue to his strong play next year as a junior. And the third player selected for a Coach's Award this year was junior Miltier Hendricks. Miltier was a dominant defensive lineman with impressive strength. He was a constant disruption to the opposing team in the backfields and will be a force on defense next year in the fall. From the JV team, freshman Jackson Kinsella was selected for a Coach's Award. Jackson was the immediate pick for this award by all 4 coaches. He has a strong work ethic and dedication to the team. Jackson's at practice every day, working hard, and it has paid off in the progress he has made. It has been a pleasure to watch the strides he has made. And the last team to be recognized this year during the Fall 2 season was our volleyball program. 23 athletes participated in volleyball this year. Head coach was Ernie Holcomb and assisted by Marjorie Sobel and Amy Bruce. The volleyball team finished with an overall record of 11-4 and faced strong competition in the Cape and Islands League. Okay. The first All-Star selected for the volleyball team this year was senior Shay McLeod. Shay's a 2-year captain and 2-year Cape and Islands All-Star, who for the last 3 years has been a dominant middle hitter blocker. She amassed 502 kills, which puts her in the top 5 all-time at Falmouth High School, adding to an amazing 254 career blocks, which makes her #1 all-time blocker at Falmouth High School. Joining Shay as a Cape and Islands All-Star this year is senior Paige Farrington. Paige was captain and middle hitter blocker. She was a force in the middle all season. She had her best games against Sandwich and Barnstable. Paige was second in kills and blocks this season and led the team in service percentage and service points. Selected for honorable mention by the Cape and Islands volleyball coaches, that honor goes to senior Lily Kraft. Lily is a 3-year varsity player who is a defensive specialist and outside hitter. Lily possesses a solid all-around game as a passer, attacker, and server. The Cape and Islands Sportsmanship Awards. This year for the volleyball team, first for the varsity, senior Catherine McGuire. Catherine is a total team player who comes to practice every day with a smile and ready-to-work attitude. Her love of volleyball is obvious, and her work ethic is unparalleled. Catherine supported her teams at all times in a unique and challenging season. She will be missed. Selected for the Sportsmanship Award from the junior varsity volleyball team was sophomore Emily Allen. Emily is always ready to go on and off the volleyball court. As a returning player, she was willing to help out her teammates. If there was a cheer being heard from the bench, Emily was surely the one leading it. And finally, the Coaches Awards from this year's volleyball teams. From the varsity, first award goes to senior Anna Falcone. Her award has been named the Clipper Pride Award. Anna decided as a freshman that she wanted to become the best defensive player she could. During her sophomore season, she set the goal to become the varsity libero, and she worked off-season and became the starting libero halfway through her junior year. Congratulations on a great senior year, Anna. Selected for the Team First Award for the volleyball team, that award goes to Delia Martino. Delia is a 3-sport athlete and volleyball captain. In games, Delia was a vocal supporter of her teammates on the floor and always ready to play if called on. Also selected for a Coaches Award, the Above and Beyond Award goes to senior Lily Kraft. Each year, Lily improved her skills in all areas and played whenever she was asked to. Lily is one of the toughest back row players who took every play personally and never stopped battling until the match was over, win or lose. Selected for Coaches Awards from the junior varsity volleyball team. First, sophomore Aurora Kinsworthy. Aurora is a second-year player who became a leader from the start of the season always leading the team in practice, and made great improvements this year, even during this shortened season. Also selected for the Coaches Award from the JV team, sophomore Kylie Morris. Kylie is one of the most versatile players on the team. She excelled at every position and was one of our best servers. And finally, freshman Emily Frias. Emily was a newcomer to the sport of volleyball. Her dedication at practices showed how quickly she picked up the game and will be an asset for the future of the program. Okay, I do want to thank all of you for tuning in and watching our Fall 2 Sports Award presentations to celebrate, as we said at the beginning, the team accomplishments and individual awards. After this program, as in previous seasons, many of the coaches will set up a Zoom meeting with their teams or will schedule a team Zoom or get together at another time to wrap up the season. Thank you very much for your support during this school year.